Welcome to week number 1 of ECE 405 Senior Design 3. In this video, we're just going to go over the syllabus for the course. So just like last semester, the instructors are myself, Jake Lauer, and Jeff Erickson. Class time is at 3 p.m. on Mondays in Opperdale North 101. My office, Jeff Erickson's office, is in Opperdale North 244, end of the hallway. And our office hours are pretty much whenever we're in our office. Now, Senior Design 3 is a continuation of Senior Design 2, of course. In Senior Design 2, you picked a project for your group to work on, you split your design into sections, and came up with a to-do list. You took the to-do list and split it among each member of the group, so each person had the list of things to do while demonstrating knowledge of ECE. That's what you did last semester. This semester is take those separate designs and combine them into one overall design. Combine them to create a single working device, finalize the schematics, create a PCB, order the PCB, build it, package it, test it, and get it ready to deliver to a customer. So that's the goal of Design 3. Take what you did in Design 2 and combine it into a single overall design.
This is where your senior design stations are located. Now notice there is tons of glass. This is making senior design kind of a showcase for the entire college. Part of what that means is try to keep your design stations neat. A lot of people will be looking at it. You're in a giant fishbowl. This is also common room for mechanical engineering, industrial engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering. So you'll be sharing space with quite a few other people. The stations for electrical engineering. Each station has an 8-foot workbench. We're being asked not to put any tape on the benches, so you've got magnets. We'll get a couple more. Magnets to put name tags, stuff like that, in your stations. On each station, you have a storage cabinet. There's a combination lock. Each group should get their own combination. Inside, you've got lots of space to store your parts, and kind of the idea is you would have like a cafeteria serving tray to put your parts in the cabinet overnight, lock it up. During the day, you can bring your parts out on the workbench, work on it. When you're done, put it back for safekeeping in the workbench. Again, this is a common area for pretty much everyone. I suspect you want to keep your parts locked up to keep them safe. There are 16 benches for electrical engineering, electrical computer engineering. That'll be both 403 and 405. In the back here, we have the parts cabinet. So, yeah, when you need parts, here's a place to go. We have soldering stations. Again, keep the soldering stations neat. This is a common station for everyone. More parts, more design stations, and also the whiteboards. The whiteboards serve as dividers, also stuff that you can write on. This is yours for the next 2 semesters. Please do use it. If the space is left unused, it looks bad. Having technical schematics on the whiteboards always shows off well. Again, so please do use the space. So this will be home for 403 and 405. It's just a beautiful space. If you need anything, let us know. We will get it for you.
Now to do that, you've got a lab station. All lab stations are in Opperdale complex in the Bobcat shop. This includes your workbench, equipment, storage cabinet, and a couple things to note. There is a lot of glass on the Bobcat shop. This is kind of like the showpiece for the College of Engineering. You're in a fishbowl, a lot of people looking in, so try to keep your stations semi-neat. Again, it's a lot of people be looking in, seeing what you're doing. This is a common area, so electrical, mechanical, industrial, computer science, all share the same space. What that means is, well, if it was me, I would lock up my stuff. There's a storage cabinet at each station. You've got your own combination lock. You can put your stuff away when you're not there, take it out and work on it when you want to. I would use those storage cabinets. And do use your space. If the space is empty, other departments will want it and will lose it. So we don't want that to happen. So please use your workstation. It is a nice workstation for senior design, other classes. Again, use it. In terms of documentation, you will take the OneNote document that you developed in Senior Design 2 and build on it. So back in Design 2, you specified the project, split it up into tasks, had each student work on separate tasks. That's what you did in 403. Those were individual grades. In 405, it's more of a group grade. It's now take all those separate tasks and combine them into one overall system, combine the hardware into a single schematic, combine the software into one large program. And the approach would be the first homework set is come up with a Gantt chart and meeting schedule. You got to fit all this into one semester so that by the end of the semester, you have a packaged, tested device ready to deliver to the customer. The steps to do that would be take your design, combine them into a single overall design. That's the breadboard part. Once you finalize your schematics, test the breadboard, make sure your schematics are correct, lay out a PCB, get that ordered. When it comes in, build it and test it. Once your final PCB works, package it, do the final overall testing, and make a poster 2-minute video, and you're done. So this is kind of what you're doing in 405. This all goes in your OneNote document. So back in 403, this was individual sections. This is more of a group section. I'm trying to get my overall design to work. In terms of the syllabus, the class meets just for the first 6 weeks. Weeks 1 and 3 are holidays. So we actually first start meeting in week number 2. That's where we go over the syllabus, this lecture. On week 4 and 5, it's a review of Autodesk Fusion and Fusion PCB. Again, once you finalize your schematics, you're going to want to create a PCB, order it, bring it in, and populate it. So this is kind of a refresher of what you did back in 401 using Autodesk Fusion. Week 6, we'll talk about soldering surface mount parts. Now back in 401, you had to use through-hole parts. In Senior Design 3, use anything you want. Surface mount is encouraged, and we actually have tools that let you build designs with surface mount. Fairly slick. Week 7 on, the class doesn't meet. There you just meet with your groups, try to finish off your project, and continue meeting on a bi-weekly basis with your project supervisor. In terms of homework sets, the due dates are kind of flexible. The goal is to get everything done and finished by week number 16. The one of them is kind of a hard deadline. It takes about 10 days to order your PCB, and if you want to have 2 versions, at least personally it takes me two iterations to get the PCB right, you probably need 20 or 30 days before the end of the semester to get your PCB ordered. What that means is right around November 1st, or week number 11, it's either November 1st or April 1st, depends on the semester, you need to have your PCBs ordered. If you don't meet that deadline, you're taking your chances. So the kind of goal is to finalize your breadboard, finalize your schematics, lay out the PCB, and get it all ready to go by about week number 11, April 1st, November 1st. If you do that, you should have plenty of time to finish your project by the end of the semester. In terms of how you take Senior Design 3, this is offered in the full Hyplex mode, in-person, live stream, online. That's one of the beauties of OneNote. OneNote is designed for groups where the engineers are in different regions, different time zones. Works great in our class. The whole goal is, can you finalize the design and get a working device by the end of the semester? In terms of grading, grading is kind of a straight scale. Pretty much it's determined by how far along you get. The way it usually works out is if you have a working, tested PCB ready to deliver to the customer, that's typically an A. If your design works at the breadboard level, PCB mostly works, but some requirements are not met, not packaged, not ready, that's typically a B. Typically, the people that get a C have a project that's been built, tested at the breadboard level, but really couldn't get past the ordering the PCB. D level is couldn't get it working past the breadboard level, or partially working at the breadboard level. F is you couldn't get anything to work. You can fail the class, has happened, but you should have basically worked into separate sections in 403, combine them into one overall working section. You should pretty easily get an A or B in the class. Well, not easily get an A or B. Should be doable to get an A or a B. It's still a lot of work. Jeff and I do reserve the right to adjust the grades. It's usually pretty clear. If one person is carrying the group, we can bump the grade up by 1. If it's pretty clear that 1 or 2 members of the group are just coasting, letting everyone else carry them, we can drop their grade by 1. If it's pretty clear that a member of your group did not show up, did not make any parent contribution, put forth basically 0 effort or very minimal effort, even if the rest of the group gets an A, we can still fail you. You got to try. In terms of your PCB, this semester you'll be designing and building a PCB for your design. It's similar to what we did in 401, Senior Design 1, only more free. Anything they can build is fair game. The place we use can build circuit boards up to 60 square inches. The trace width is anywhere between 8 mils and 600 mils. You can use through-hole components, surface mount components, as long as we can build it. See what else. Power supply, anything you want. Microprocessor, anything you want. Some final comments, though. This class is kind of open. There's sort of a schedule. The really only hard deadline is the end of the semester. You need a working testing device. Some things take time. Don't put everything off until like week 14. You're not going to get done. You almost have to go through a waterfall type approach. You need to have your system breadboarded and tested before you have the schematics. Once you have the schematics, you can lay out your PCB. Once I lay out my PCB, I can order it, get it back, build it, and test it. Once I've completed my PCB, I can package it and do the final testing, and then you're ready for the Design Expo. This kind of has to go sequentially. So right around November 1st, or April 1st, you need to have your PCB ordered. If you miss that deadline, it's going to be hard finishing up by the end of the semester. So again, don't put everything off. You need to get your PCBs ordered right around November 1st or April 1st. So that is Senior Design 3. This should be a fun course. Again, the whole reason you went into engineering is because you want to build stuff. So that kind of makes it fun. Here's where you actually get to build something. It's actually a very informative course. There's a saying, the devil's in the details. Trying to get something to work in practice is not trivial. I kind of say it's like, hardware is supposed to be unintelligent, but it puts up a pretty darn good fight. And that's one thing to learn when you get to industry. There's a thing called Murphy's Law of Time. Estimate how long something's going to take, then multiply by 2, shift to the next higher units. So if you think something's going to take you 2 days, it's really more like 4 weeks. When you estimate time, if everything goes well, it'll be 2 days. Hardware bites you. It is not going to go well. Things will break, stuff burn out, problems you didn't expect suddenly crop up. It takes time. And you learn that in senior design. So when you get to industry, you learn to respect trying to get things to work in practice. But again, that's the whole reason you go in engineering. It is fun. So this is a class that I hope you'll enjoy. It's a class where you get to actually build something and have a working device to demonstrate at the end. So if there's any questions, Jeff and I are more than happy to help. So at this point, it's time to start meeting with your group. Try to set up a time table to meet every 2 weeks with your supervisor. And start taking your overall designs, separate designs in 403, and combine them into one overall design so you can breadboard the entire system, trying to come up with the finalized schematics so you can order your PCB. So welcome to the class. and look forward to working with you this semester.